All right, so just to get it out before even the TGAs, this was more of a PSA, but Capcom is now striking YouTube channels that have mods installed on their games.
Mm.
There's now evidence of people seeing a full-on strike coming in. So it doesn't matter if it's single player or multiplayer. The product you own must comply according to their own policy. A strike is not a copyright claim. For those of you who don't know the
No,
difference,
shut up.
a strike is 3 strikes and your channel is deleted. It's manually sent in. It's infinitely worse. And even if you get one, it drops your channel's standing. It drops your ability to. It gives you a lot. It makes you considered a not trusted channel within the algorithm, essentially. So, just so anyone knows, basically they're doubling down on that announcement they made the other day and actually going out and like attacking channels based on fucking odds. In the particular instance here, it was a thread by Super Rad Lemon, and I can see that it was flagged not for like a Street Fighter 6 costume or something, but this was Monster Hunter.
Yeah. So the Monster Hunter speedrunning community uses a lot of mods to make their shit go faster.
What do they do?
I'm not familiar, but I'm just aware that they use a bunch.
Okay. That's fucking dirt garbage bullshit.
Sure is.
That is absolute ass. And again, strikes are we're taking your fucking channel away from you.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone, be safe out there. Of course, be careful about that. If you really must see the Kami Kiguru outfit, then do so offline. Do not do so online on stream or on YouTube, because that ain't worth it. And you can appreciate your Chun-Li titties on your own time.
I saw there was a massive thread about this, about people talking about it, and I feel like that Chun-Li nude mod getting on stream is actually, like, usually you point at that and you go, that's just a symptom. I think that might have actually been the straw that broke the camel's back on this situation.
Feels 100%
I always assume
like
they're talking about it inside, but now the guy who wanted to go crazy had something to point to and go, look at this shit.
Well, so Street Fighter V had its entire career, its entire life cycle go with people uploading modded costumes for that shit all day. I mean, the fucking cross Tekken wild mods I showed off back in the day were, you know what I mean? Like, there's been years and years and all this being around forever and it not being a big deal. But that was a tournament event that was, I guess, broadcast as, I don't know if it was officially part of the Pro Tour or not, but it was at the very least considered like a mainline FGC event, and that was on a broadcast stream. So then it broke TOS,
and it made the rounds.
It made the rounds, right? But it's almost like when God, I forget where it was, but it was like there was another controversy of like getting sponsored by like Pornhub or Brazzers. I
don't like that either.
You know, back in the day.
They're not a fan of that shit either.
Yeah, so it just feels like it's like there's things that have been a part of this and have been around forever, but like that spotlighted version that becomes a news story now becomes now that people are talking about it, we got to act on it, and this is the way ostensibly to do it, is to find out what channels are streaming and then fucking strike the channel. Fucking sucks, man. You know, like, I don't, you kind of, when you first hear it, that's the thing, the thought is like, is it for people that are cheating? Is it more about, and it's like, no, it's as simple as if you put a fucking
unauthorized use of whatever the fuck.
Don't put a Supreme jacket on
Leon,
on your favorite character. Don't do it.
Yeah. And it's the reason I specifically single out the Chun-Li nude thing is that they had, like, Street Fighter V came out and people were hawking like just fucked up costumes forever, and also like lots of costumes that the game didn't include. Monster Hunter had tons of mods. In fact, some of the mods for Monster Hunter World made it into Iceborne as like options. It's like that dev team like looked at that. Resident Evil, all sorts of stupid shit for Resident Evil over the long years. But all of a sudden, like 6 months after this, here comes the hammer. And it is the hammer.
And there's a little part of me as well that's like, there's a bunch of people that when they announced Costume 3 and then people saw the prices, there were a number of replies were like, well, over to the mods I go, you know? And you kind of wonder if a part of them were just like, fucking showed you the modern costumes, like, because people like, yeah, there's immediately, there's been a bunch of wild Street Fighter 6 costumes for a while now, and they had like Street Fighter 5 Luke, and they had a bunch of things like that, and there's, you're kind of wondering if like a little bit of that price blowback frustration into this is a way to get around it also informed
so
some
if
of this,
that was the case, the first people that you'd see getting struck would be people playing Street Fighter 6 with modded costumes instead of the Monster Hunter people.
That's true, right? We'll see who gets struck. Each strike is manually sent in. It's not like an auto claim thing, so it's not going to be the same as when you upload a song and then every video using it gets marked at the same time. So each one can be taken as a statement that a boardroom of lawyers got together and decided we're going after this particular content. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this. But just a heads up for anyone that is currently unaware, like, they're striking.
Also, when did this first start? Like, what day?
Well, the post in particular is showing a strike from the 1st of December.
Well, there's your confirmation that Monster Hunter Wilds is the next game that they're going to announce. Because this is their new big project going forward. And so, like, remember when Sega fucking copyright struck everyone that had the words Shining Force in the title of their fucking video?
Yeah.
So that their shitty trailer could get up at the top of the goddamn search results?
Yeah.
That goes of that.
I wonder. This is the only example I've seen talked about so far. I don't know if anyone else has brought it up. And I guess and the other question too is like, are they going to distinguish between like, are they going to do it to like more prominent channels or less? Is there going to be is there going to be a rules for thee and not for me type situation going on with like whether a certain size of channel matters?
Well, I mean, we'll see if fucking Max and Lythero get hit with all the fighting game nonsense they do on their channels.
Yeah.
Somehow I think they'll be fine.
If I get like I said, I made that Street Fighter Cross Tekken Wild Edition version where I just changed every character into nonsense, and I kept it, and I booted it up over here. So there's the ancient fisticuffs, and then there's the revisit I did, maybe a year or two back or so. If that's the shit that gets me shot, then down I fucking go.
In the process of this conversation, I went to my Dragon's Dogma playlist and just removed the helpful links to the Dragon's Dogma Nexus within the video description for the shit that I used for that video.
Man.